Assalamualaikum students, I am Sabah Hafiz from PMDC Haripur. Today we are going to discuss Cramer's rule. Introduction. Cramer rule was given by a Swiss mathematician named Gabriel Cramer. Cramer's rule is a method for solving linear simultaneous equations. It makes use of determinants, and so a knowledge of these is necessary before proceeding. You can use determinants to solve a system of linear equations. You also use the coefficient matrix of the linear system. Now come to the Cramer's rule. If we have a non-homogeneous linear system like this, then first we have to find the coefficient matrix of this linear system. That will be like this. Now we see that the coefficients of x are a, e and I. So in the first column we have written the coefficients of x variable, that are a, e and I. Now the coefficients of y variable are b, f and j. So in the second column we have written the coefficients of y variable, that is b, f and j. The coefficients of z variable are c, g and k. So in the third column we have written the coefficients of z variable, that is c, g and k. So this is the coefficient matrix of this linear system, and we call this matrix as A matrix. Now there are three unknowns, that is x, y and z. To solve them we are using Cramer's rule, and by Cramer's rule we have x is equal to determinant of a for x upon a determinant, y is equal to a for y determinant upon a determinant, and z is equal to a for z determinant upon a determinant, where determinant of a is the determinant of this coefficient matrix. Determinant of a for x matrix is the determinant in which we just replace the coefficients of x variable with constants on the right side of the equal sign. Here we have just replaced the coefficients of x variable with constants on right side, and determinant of a for y is the determinant in which we replace the coefficients of y variable with constants on right hand side, and a for z determinant is the determinant in which we replace the coefficients of z variable with constants on right side of the equal sign. Now solving these determinants, we will get these values, and we just have to put these values here to find the values of x, y and z. That will be our required solution. So this is a simple Cramer's rule, right? And also keep in mind that a determinant must be non-zero. If a determinant is non-zero, then solution will exist and there will be exactly one solution. And if a determinant is equal to 0, then solution will be not possible, because 0 comes in the denominator, and that will be not possible solution. So consider some key points. If determinant of a is non-zero, then the system has exactly one solution. Moreover, the rule doesn't apply if a determinant is equal to 0 or if a is not a square matrix, as we know that determinant is only possible if a is a square matrix. Okay, the denominator consists of the determinant of coefficients of variables x in the first column, y in the second column and z in the third column. The numerator is the same as the denominator, with the constants that appear to the right of the equal sign replacing the coefficients of the variable for which you are solving. Now you have to just keep these points in mind, and now you are able to solve any example. So consider example. First, before example, let's revise our determinant of a 3 cross 3 matrix. Let's suppose we are going to find the determinant of a 3 cross 3 matrix. To find the determinant, we can expand the matrix with any row or column. Let's suppose we are going to expand the matrix with column 1. So the signs will be like positive, negative and positive. So first element will be a1. In 2 we will eliminate this row and column of this element, and we are left with the determinant of b2, c2, b3 and c3. Now taking the determinant, we will get b2 c3 minus b3 c2. Next the sign will be minus, so the element will be a2, minus a2 into, next we have to eliminate the row and column of this element, that is this. So we are left with b1 c1 b3 c3 determinant. Taking determinant, we get b1 c3 minus b3 c1. Next element is a3, and with sign positive, plus a3 into determinant of this, so we get b1 c2 minus b2 c1. So this is the way to take a determinant of a 3 cross 3 matrix. Now consider an example to find the solution of non-homogeneous linear equation using Cramer's rule. This is the system of non-homogeneous linear equations. First we convert the system into matrix form, that is Ax is equal to b, and first we find out the coefficient matrix, that is A is equal to this. This is the coefficient matrix, and here we have three unknowns, that is x1, x2 and x3. We have written the coefficients of x1 in the first column, the coefficients of x2 in the second column, and the coefficients of x3 in the third column. B is the constant matrix and x is the matrix with unknown terms. Now using Cramer's rule, the formula is x1 is equal to a for x1 determinant upon a determinant, we call it equation 1. Then x2 is equal to a for x2 determinant upon a determinant, we call it equation 2. And x3 is equal to a for x3 determinant upon a determinant, and we call it equation 3. Now we are going to find out these values, and we'll put these values in these equations to get our required result in the form of x1, x2 and x3. So first of all, we are going to check whether a determinant is 0 or non-zero. If it is 0, then solution will not exist, and if it is non-zero, then we will proceed further. A determinant is equal to 2 minus 4 5 minus 3 5 7 5 3 minus 8 determinant. Now we are going to expand it with row 1, that is 2 minus 4 5. So writing first element as it is. Now we will eliminate this column and this row. We are left with determinant of 5 7 3 and minus 8. Then the second term has a negative sign, so we write minus, then the term that is minus 4 into, now eliminating this column and this row, so we are left with the determinant of minus 3 7 5 and minus 8. Then the third term, that is plus 5, so eliminating this column and row, we are left with the determinant of minus 3 5 5 3. So we have written over here. Now how can we take the determinant of 2 cross 2 matrix? Simply multiplying them and put the negative sign between them, like this. 2 times 5 into minus 8 gives minus 40, minus 7 into 3 times 21. So solving this, we get a determinant as minus 336, which is non-zero. It means solution exists and it is exactly 1. Next we find a for x1 determinant. Now a for x1 is the matrix in which we have just replaced the coefficients of x variable with constants on the right hand side. Okay, now taking the determinant as the same way as we have taken the determinant of a matrix. So a for x1 is equal to this. In this step we have just expanded the above determinant from row 1. So it became 36 times this determinant minus 4 times this determinant plus 5 times this determinant. This is the same as the previous determinant. So upon simplification, we get a for x1 determinant is equal to minus 6 7 2. Similarly, we have just found the determinant of a for x2, and a for x2 is the matrix in which we have replaced the variables the coefficients of x2 variable with constant. Here you can see that these are the constants and the remaining determinant is same as a determinant. Now we have just expanded it with row 1, so it became 2 times 7, determinant of 7 7 minus 31 minus 8 Then the sign is negative. 36, second element. Now eliminating this column and row, we are left with determinant of minus 3, 7, 5 minus 8. Then the third element is 5. Upon cancellation of the row and column, we are left with this determinant. Now simplifying it, we get determinant of a for x2 is equal to 1, 0, 0, 8. In the same way, we have written a for x3 determinant. We just replace the coefficients of x3 variables with constants over here. Now again expanding it with by row 1, we get 2 times determinant of 5, 7, 3 minus 31 minus 4 into determinant of this plus 36 times determinant of this. One simplification, we get a for x3 determinant is equal to minus 1344. As we got all the values like a determinant, a for x1 determinant, a for x2 determinant and a for x3 determinant. Now putting these values in equation 1, 2 and 3, we get x1 is equal to this. Upon simplification, it is equal to 2 and x2 is equal to this, which is equal to minus 3. Similarly, x3 is equal to minus 1344 upon minus 336, which is 4. So the solution set is 2, minus 3 and 4. First term is the value of x1, second term is the value of x2 and the third term is the value of x3. Example 2. Use Cramer's rule to solve the system. Now we see that in this system the variable y is missing in the second equation. So the coefficient matrix will have the coefficient 0 for y here, and in the third equation we don't have the value of z variable, so the coefficient will be 0. So we will be finding the determinant first. D determinant, now we called the coefficient matrix as D, so D determinant is equal to this coefficient matrix determinant, which is equal to minus 38. Now you solve it on your notebooks and match it whether it is minus 38 or not. It is non-zero, so solution is possible. Similarly, we have just written the D for x determinant, in which we have replaced the coefficients of x variables with constants like this, and upon taken the determinant we got minus 78. Then D for y determinant is equal to this determinant, in which we have replaced the coefficients of y variable with constants, and we got minus 22 upon simplification. And D for z determinant is equal to this determinant. In this determinant we have replaced the coefficients of z variable with constants, and the determinant is equal to 13. Here D is the coefficient matrix, and dx, dy, dz are obtained by replacing first, second and third columns of D by constant terms. Now we got the values. Now putting these values in the formula of Cramer rule, that is x, y and z. These are the formulas. Now putting the values, we get x is equal to 39 upon 19, y is equal to 11 upon 19 and z is equal to minus 13 upon 38. So solution set is equal to 39 by 19, 11 by 19 and minus 13 by 38. I hope you have understood the concept of Cramer's rule. Here's an assignment for you. Solve the following system of equations by using Cramer's rule. Thank you so much for watching the lecture.